Coming up next on Good Morning El Paso, a community continues to heal in South Carolina. But last week's shooting is also igniting a heated debate over the Confederate flag.
Former Fort Bliss Commander Dana Petard could get demoted after an investigation by the Pentagon. We have the latest.
And breaking news this morning, the body of a White House chef gone missing in New Mexico has been found.
Live, where news comes first. From the Mesilla Valley and Las Cruces to El Paso and the borderland. This is ABC7's Good Morning El Paso.
A very good morning to you, El Paso, Las Cruces, and Juarez. I'm Stephanie Valle.
And I'm Hillary Floren. Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Let's talk about our forecast right now.
Yeah, we had a hot weekend, Crystal, and we can expect more hot temps today, too.
That is right. We are still looking at a forecast very similar to what we saw yesterday. And yesterday, it was toasty out there. Let's start with a look at our temperatures from yesterday. Wanted to show off how hot it really was. 104, the official high in El Paso, and 103 in Las Cruces. How about Deming, 105, and even Alamogordo and TRC got in on the action at 102 degrees. Today we are talking very hot as well, although some of us will be a couple degrees lower than what you're seeing on the board here from yesterday. As for your clouds and radar map, no action for us to track this morning. We are just tracking the sunshine as that sun rises, and we will continue to track sunshine through most of our region today. In the days to come, though, we'll be tracking moisture, chances of rain, clouds moving in. We'll talk more about that in just a few minutes.
Okay, Crystal, thank you. Developing now, a former Fort Bliss commander could be stripped of his rank before he's allowed to retire this year. The Washington Post is reporting Major General Dana Petard, an El Paso native, is accused of steering a defense contract to a former classmate. Good morning, El Paso's Denise Olivas is live now with the details. Denise.
Good morning, Stephanie. Those allegations against Major General Dana Petard reportedly happened while he was commander here at Fort Bliss. Well, this is file footage of General Petard. The Washington Post says he was reprimanded earlier this year after a 3-year investigation by the Army's Inspector General. Major General Petard is accused of steering a defense contract to a firm run by one of his former West Point classmates. Now, a review board is deciding whether his rank will be taken away. The Post says it was a whistleblower who said Petard abused his authority back in 2011 by awarding a big contract to one of his friends. Petard, an Eastwood High School graduate, returned to El Paso in 2010 to become commander here at Fort Bliss, and in 2013 he was reassigned to command U.S. troops in their efforts to train Iraqi forces. Again, this story developing now. It's still unclear if and when he will be punished. Hillary, back to you.
All right, thanks, Denise. And new this morning and developing right now, the search for a missing White House chef has ended with tragedy in New Mexico. Walter Scheib had been missing for a week after going hiking alone. He served under Presidents Bill Clinton and George W. Bush. Late last night, state officials say they found his body off a trail in the mountains near Taos. Scheib recently moved to Taos from Florida. No word on how he died. And the search continues this morning for a Las Cruces woman who's missing in the Arizona mountains. 44-year-old Janet Castrejon was last seen Friday night. Her aunt tells ABC7 she was with her parents and her brother before disappearing in the Coronado National Forest in Arizona. Castrejon and her brother got separated and he couldn't find her. The peak where she was last seen is part of the Chiricahua mountain range in eastern Arizona, right by the New Mexico state line. The Safford County Sheriff's Office tells ABC7 they are helping the Cochise County Sheriff's Office in that search.
A divisive fight over the Confederate flag in South Carolina and a plea for unity are spreading across the country this morning. Days after that horrific church shooting, as many as 20,000 marchers united on a South Carolina bridge last night. ABC's Kenneth Moden has our complete coverage.
It was a bridge to peace, a massive display of unity across the Cooper River in Charleston, South Carolina, all to honor the 9 gunned down in their home church of Emmanuel AME last week.
I feel inspired. Let's do it. I feel like that this showing here should be contagious and infectious across the nation and start a movement. We're saying there's one race, the human race.
Hundreds fill the historic pews of Emmanuel, the first Sunday service since accused killer 21-year-old Dylan Roof opened fire on a group of parishioners. Investigators continue to scour over a racist manifesto that appears to be from Roof. For the loved ones of the victims, it only adds more pain.
I know forgiveness is a process, but I'm not there yet.
Roof seen holding on to a Confederate flag which still flies high on the State House grounds.
Take it down!
A symbol of hate or heritage. The debate has reignited and reached the campaign trail. Jeb Bush tweeting he moved Florida's Confederate flag to a museum.
I welcome any debate and any discussion that will help my state and my nation.
This is a decision that needs to be made here in South Carolina.
The fight over Confederate symbols has reached a boiling point for many in South Carolina. In Charleston, a statue commemorating the Confederacy was vandalized. Someone used spray paint to write the word racist. Kenneth Moten, ABC News, Washington.
Traffic on I-10 at Trans Mountain is back to normal now after a head-on crash that happened over the weekend. Yesterday morning, police say 24-year-old Brandon Lugo was killed after he was driving the wrong way and crashed into a semi-truck. The truck's fuel tanks ruptured and spilled fuel onto the freeway. The freeway was closed for nearly 12 hours while crews cleaned up the mess. Investigators are still trying to figure out whether Lugo was driving the wrong way. They know he was driving the wrong way. They don't know whether he was drunk or speeding. And fortunately, the driver and the passenger in the semi-truck were not injured.
It looks like El Pasoans may have to celebrate the 4th of July without fireworks for a 5th year in a row. County Judge Veronica Escobar says she will try to ban all fireworks on the 4th with or without the governor's consent.
Every single day it's been going up by 3 points.
County Judge Escobar is talking about the Keach-Byram Drought Index. El Paso is only one of 2 counties in Texas that surpassed the drought requirement on that index. County Judge Escobar says she plans to ask Commissioner's Court today to approve a 1-week disaster declaration. She'll then ask the governor for permission to extend that ban until July 5th. This year, though, it's uncertain how new Texas Governor Greg Abbott will react.
Well, while El Paso is dealing with the drought, the rest of Texas has been dealing with too much rain. Thousands of Texans are seeking government aid, and the federal emergency management agency said that more than 1,500 individuals have registered for help. FEMA says nearly 29 million have been approved for claims with the recovery since the severe weather began. That was back on May 4th. More than 24 people were killed statewide.
It is 6:07 and we're taking a look at TxDOT traffic cameras where you can see the sky is much brighter and that traffic is moving along pretty smoothly. Pretty light out there too over at Hawkins and Airway. No problems to tell you about.
And there's a lot more to come here on Good Morning El Paso today.
A Texas law that criminalizes unexcused absences in public schools is being erased. What this change means for kids and school districts.
And an expired link to a ketchup website takes a customer somewhere else that is a little more saucy, to say the least.
But first, our Storm Tower weather forecast. Crystal Cly is standing by with a preview. Hi, Crystal.
Hi, and good morning, everyone. We have our whole work week ahead of us. We have a lot of chances of rain in the forecast. We'll discuss coming up after your break.
Thanks so much, Crystal. This is ABC 7, where news comes first.
At the free